take it anymore.
So straddle, live straddle, 1200.
Got a live straddle here
Fold.
from David Benyamine.
Fold.
Action over to Ivy. It's 1200 to call.
Let's make it 3-6-12.
Raising 4,000. Total bet is 4,000 to call.
Ready?
Fold, fold, fold.
Let's make this game 3-6-12.
I will fold.
Fold.
Bune says.
Gus not going to play this.
Chris,
No, I object.
Wow, Phil, why did I get you
Cool.
over here?
Benyamine is going to call this. We're going to see the heads up. Benyamine versus Ivy. Now, Benyamine has had Ivy's number. He's bluffed him out of a couple of pots already.
Check, check.
A couple of hearts out there. King, queen, 7.
Check.
And they both check it. Ivy with the best hand right now. He's got 2 pair. Benyamine has the heart in his hand.
6,500 to call.
David thinks the ace high might be good. He thinks the 8 of hearts might be live. And he's loath to give up on a pot like this. Once you bluff someone already, you're just sort of tempted to go again because the guy thinks, well, surely he can't be bluffing me again. And,
For the Chinese.
and that's what he's doing now.
Yeah.
For the Chinese.
Raising 26,500.
He's a sick man, David Benyamine.
20,000 more.
Yeah, 26,000 he puts in there.
Ivy's an insta-call.
Ivy's not going anywhere. He's got 2 pair.
Thank you.
And this pot is now $62,000. Deuce of diamonds. Well, you got to love that as a blank if you're Ivy.
Phil really enjoyed that.
And what does Benyamine do now? Does he shut down? Or does he fire again, try to represent the flush?
Bet 52,000.
And he makes a $52,000 bluff. Really puts the test to Phil Ivy. Can he call this $52,000?
I'll jump into the Thames if Phil Ivy folds this. It's just not going to fold.
It's funny. It's funny.
Is he trying to get a read off Benyamine?
Yeah, of course, you're always trying to get a read, see if the guy can give off strength or weakness. You know, these guys are masters at that.
Ivy hasn't had a misstep the entire day. Lost with the pocket aces earlier when Ellie got lucky. But this is a tough call. And he's definitely contemplating folding, isn't he, Roland?
Fold.
Wow.
And he folds it. Look at that. He lets it go.
I won't show you this time, but I want to. I don't want to hurt you.
You won't hurt me. Show.
We're at the FullTiltPoker.net $1 million cash game. 8 of the best players assembled, battling it out on the felt. Over $2 million on the table. Patrick Antonius has decided to straddle. Action over to Mike the Mouth.
There's a real good chance he never saw the 9-10 offsuit once. Then he saw the Jack 4 Queen 3 almost every hand.
1,200 to play.
You know, 100 times and have it comes up tails every time. It's possible.
David Benyamine, such a creative player, isn't he?
He certainly is. He can quite often find an excuse to play any 2 cards here. The 7-4 of diamonds. Not a raisable hand in most people's books.
No. It's a UV thing. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase it. At least I know Russ cheated me out of it. There you go.
Looks like a re-raise from Tom durrrr. Dwan.
No, I don't want to throw it at you. Fold. That's why I clarified it.
Can't imagine Chris calling with ace-3, despite it being the best hand so far. Queen Jack for Patrick Antonius. It'd probably have called David Benyamine's raise, but maybe not a re-raise. No, he throws that one away.
Obviously, we can see that Tom Dwan is re-raising with a very marginal hand, but the rest of the table doesn't know that, and Benyamine doesn't care. He's going to call this re-raise with the 7-4 diamonds. These two have history, don't they?
They certainly do. They played an awful lot together online. Well, there's a little bit there for both players.
Oh, it's a monster flop for Benyamine. He's flopped bottom pair with the flush draw. Dwan, of course, with the best hand right now. And this is an absolute coin flip, isn't it?
It certainly is. But the thing is, David Benyamine probably feels like he can push his hand more than Tom, so if he puts a lot of heat on dirt, well, he's gone check, check. He's probably going to be thankful he did that, Tom. He's now going to get a bet from David Benyamine.
There was a nice pot controlling check there on the flop.
Exactly. You might get a bet here from David Benyamine. And he's a much better favourite now.
And let's just not forget that Benyamine broke Dwan just a little while earlier when they both hit their straights. But of course, Benyamine's was higher.
18.
And it's an $18,000 bet from Benyamine. And you think maybe a smooth call here?
Well, I can't imagine him raising.
Well, there's no real value in raising, is there?
Not unless he thinks he can get David to lay down a weak ace. But I'm guessing a smooth call is going to be...
Okay, bring me 500 more.
That looks like what he's doing. We're going to see a river.
Blinds don't mean nothing when y'all playing for $500,000 behind. Not with you guys.
Last card.
Pot is now $61,000 to the river. The river's a 6 of clubs.
That's a great card for Tom Dwan because it hasn't brought a diamond, it hasn't brought a 4 or a 7. So he's still in front. The question is whether David can keep firing. Bet at 45, 50,000 is going to be very hard for Tom to call.
Well, these are two masters of the game. Even though Dwan is only 22, he's been around for a while. And of course, Benyamine, very well respected.
He's reaching for his chips.
Well, Benyamine's put some of his children in the pot. He's not going to leave them stranded. Or is he? Those black chips are $25,000 chips.
51,500 for that.
51,500. It'll be very difficult for Tom Dwan to call this.
Well, Benyamine is a master of making his bluffs and his value bets look exactly the same. Very difficult for a player to know what he's got. And all Dwan can beat is an absolute bluff.
Of course.
$112,000. This is real money. Even though these players toss in the chips like they're nothing. $112,000.
He's putting the chips together. It's looking like he's going to call.
Well, we've seen him make huge laydowns. Can he make a huge call? He's seen thousands of hands. We run them all through his head, and that's what he's doing here. Can you figure this one out, Gary?
I thought he was going to call for a minute. I'm really not sure right now. That looked like an acceptance of defeat. It is. He passes, and David Benyamine gets that bluff through.
One more.
Showed another bluff.
Nice hand.
Shows another bluff to dirt.